Hello. And welcome to One More Time with Sam Bashor. Joining me for the first time, Mr. Pat Graziosi.
Ooh, you added some A's. But that's fine.
I feel pretty confident with it.
It's on the screen. You'll put a thing.
There
right?
you go.
Hello.
It'll be in the description, though.
Yeah.
I will put a Twitter handle. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. And I will say right now that I hope that it was a fun experience for you. I did have fun, but also I'm the one who pitched this to say, like, I would like to talk about this specific movie. And then as soon as I sent that, I went, okay, but what? Do I hate myself? Because there are plenty of movies that are like really like ha funny bad.
For sure.
Where you're like, oh, okay, they're just really screwing up. This is like a multi-million-dollar company deciding to take a big diarrhea dump and put it into the universe.
Well, that's where we flourish. That's where we really, that's where we find our stride. In here for One More Time. So the purpose of this show is for me, Sam, in the title, bring my friends along to suggest movies that they might not be fans of, or maybe they're fans of it and I want to burn it, I want to throw it away, and I would give it just one more chance to see if we could maybe get a different opinion on it, maybe different feelings, share some trivia.
Right.
And we're diving into the DC's finest.
And I will say this. I promise, on my mother, I won't watch this film ever again. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not even accidentally. I'm putting a trigger thing in my brain right now that just says, if you see anything close to the Suicide Squad, to just jump out the window.
Yeah, it's just like in the famous movie Suicide Squad. They got little things in their brains that blow up when they do something bad.
Small as a grain of rice.
Small as a grain of rice, but as powerful as a hand grenade. As we've learned.
Somehow.
Again, I really am surprised how much I blocked out of this movie. Like, I got like blurry images. Like, you drive by in a car, you're like, oh, we drove by some sheep. Like, you never like remember more of that. It felt like a car ride.
Right.
Yeah, there's no
there
details.
Sheep. You drove.
Hills, you get it.
Right, no details.
Now we're Legoland. That's really the part I'm thinking about that we're going to a bar after. That's the more important part. So when I saw this movie back in 2016, Suicide Squad, you know what? Let me do some details. Let me do some details up top. Directed and written by David Ayer, who was famous for, let me go ahead and pull this up. I believe it's End of Watch, which was that cop movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, and that got a lot of praise, and I was actually pretty excited because the use of handheld in that and the narrative was really interesting. And also, this movie was pitched as like, it's like a bunch of ragtag. Like, if you think of like cowboy movies, you're like, oh, these are like the bandits that have to do something good, and then you're like, hey, yeah, like I get it, like it works enough. And then we're like, okay, Will Smith's in it, Margot Robbie's in it, Tom Hardy was in it for a second, then he pieced out. We got the RoboCop. Then it was pretty
on paper. And I remember specifically when they announced this thing, and I think part of the reason why this entire movie is such garbage is because the hype was so big for this movie. Everyone was like, oh yeah, it's cool because villains are coming together. And I'm like, that's a cool concept. And I know it's been done before. That's a cool concept. They have some A-listers in here. Will Smith is a pretty good actor and will usually be the best performance of a thing. And so I'm like, all right, this can't be that bad. If anything, it's going to be like a Mission Impossible, not the most recent one that came out because that was kind of good. Yeah. But like, it's going to be a Mission Impossible where you're like...
Do you like Mission Impossible movies?
I mean, they're the same.
They're serviceable.
Right. Like you go to the theater, you go... You turn off, you watch a bunch of fucking explosions, a big Scientologist guy who, honestly...
Middle tooth.
Middle tooth. A middle tooth Scientologist guy saves the world, and then you get out of the theater and you're like, ha ha ha. Yeah. And then you never think about it again.
So for me, I like DC movies done with that. But Batman v Superman came out this year, and so did Civil War.
Wait, it came out this?
It came out the year that this came out, in 2016.
Okay.
I figured out a lot of superhero movies. So that's what it was preceding this. And also, this movie kind of hinges on you seeing Batman v Superman. The whole purpose of this happening is because of the events of that movie.
Bold of them to assume that I would go see that.
Because they were thinking that was going to be the biggest thing of the year, and people were... not that it didn't make money. If there's any Snyder Cut people out there, go away. I don't want you. I don't want
Get out of
Get out of here. No, they wanted it to be big, and that movie was unbelievably disappointing. Yeah. I even watched the ultimate cut of that, and that didn't change any opinion I had of it.
Is the ultimate cut just an apology at the beginning?
God, it's just more of like Superman murdering people and Batman murdering people, and you're like, this sucks, man.
Okay.
God, but so going to Suicide Squad, you're like later in the year, like no, like they had the different trailers, they had like the Queen one, and then they had the really serious one from Comic-Con. You're like, there's these really different tones, so there's got to be something good here.
And that's the concerning part.
Yeah,
that's the concerning part because I did write down here, what the hell is this movie trying to be?
Yeah. Okay, so here's a fun fact. So when they made the movie, they made it super serious. They made it the David Ayer epic that they wanted it to be, and then they, just for funsies, they did like test audiences, and it was like, okay, it was like mediocre. Then they edited a really fun version of the trailer because they were getting a bunch of blowback because Batman v Superman was really serious. So they did the Bohemian Rhapsody one, and that one blew up. That one was super cool because we're like, whoa, this is like fun, you know? Like
it felt like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, okay, they're gonna use this like old-timey music, and then they're going to like make it like fun and actiony, and it's going to be a romp.
Yeah, it's like these are crazy villains, so let's lean into the crazy aspect and make it fun for like it's PG-13, it's not R, but it's more violent. So then the rumor is, and basically it feels like it's been confirmed at this point, that they had the movie edited, and then they gave the movie to the people who edited the fun trailer and said fix it, and they re-edited the whole thing. They re-edited the entire movie now with as many pop songs as they could get. And by the looks of it, they not only got every single one they wanted, they made a bunch of them that I will say, one of the biggest pluses of this movie is Heathens, because I actually really like that song.
That is probably the number 3.
Oh, for you?
Good thing that has happened because of this movie.
Interesting.
And it's a good song.
Yeah. It just sucks that whenever you think of it, it goes to this movie.
Your brain automatically is just like, oh, I gotta look at that Joker character again.
Ooh, so getting into it, we're gonna talk about positives, we're gonna talk about negatives. A big negative, let's just get it right out the gate. The hardest parts to watch in this movie are whenever Jared Leto's on screen.
It's so bad. Yeah. It's so bad. It makes me angry, and I'm really sorry. And part of the reason why...
To me?
I'm so sorry, because I'm about to go off. Okay, and
please.
Yeah,
I'll get my tea. Hold on.
I know. Yeah.
Give us the
please.
Tea.
It's so cringy. It's so cringy, and I don't want to, there was a lot of money put into this, and there were a lot of people that worked very hard on this movie. And every time I see even a really really bad movie like if I see a bad movie like a Dumb and Dumber, right? And it's like it's funny, but it's bad. It's bad. But like people worked on it. People worked really hard on it. You're never going to leave like Dumb and Dumber going like, oh wow, the cinematography, But there's people that try to get like some kind of cool creative angles just to throw some stuff in there. Yeah. The shot of the Joker laying down with all of the knives surrounding him is such first year film school bullshit. It's like, and there's ha 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 written all over the wall. I mean, his fucking body is like, it's like a film school like anxiety written like. Can I curse?
Oh yeah.
Fuck boy.
Yeah,
he's a fuck boy.
It's
essentially.
No. So an example. This is kind of the thing that would get people excited. You know how in dorm rooms in college you see Fight Club posters up, and you're like, that guy I'm going to talk to, even though I like that movie, I'm not going to like talking to this person who's going to be that guy. That's the film student that you're talking about.
This movie is the equivalent of a Bob Marley poster. You're like, oh. Great, cool, yawn. Like, oh, you're into Bob Marley and you like weed. It's the idea. He's got damage written on his forehead. When it was released on Twitter, everyone was like,
it's got to be like a test thing, right?
Yeah, it's like oh, let's just see how they feel about it.
Yeah.
Right, and then when you see the movie, that's not his real. That's like him. What I thought was going to happen was it's going to be him. As damaged, like Joker, right? And then something really serious happens to him, and he gets more not okay, less wannabe New York City gangster and more like the Joker that we've kind of been used to. And I know they did like a different take on this.
And you don't want it to be like a big thing with every Joker. The actors are always told, don't be the people that came before.
Right.
And like Mark Hamill had that big note when he did the voice acting, like, don't be Nicholson. You can't be Nicholson.
Right,
so he created it. I think whenever I think Joker, it's his laugh. That's always in my head. So yeah, that's what his note was. Right. And Jared Leto did all that stuff on set where he said and like use condoms and dead animals and stuff to his castmates, which recently in an interview, Warner Brothers expressed that they were not thrilled that happened. I think that's the words the article used, were like, they were not thrilled.
I guarantee you, if this movie did incredibly well, I mean like Avengers level type, not Endgame, but like you know, I truly believe that they would have been praising Jared Leto for sending used condoms to his castmates.
Well, he was one of the biggest negatives when it came to like reviews for this movie. I am looking up the box office. So budget-wise, $175 million, which makes sense just in costumes alone. Which, by the way, we just watched Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad, if you remember, for costumes.
Yeah, that movie is an Oscar.
Not one Ant-Man nomination, but Suicide Squad's got it.
Yeah, way to just shoot me right in the heart bringing up Ant-Man.
So, gross domestically, $325 million, and worldwide, $746 million. So it won. We're getting another one, but David Ayer, they're like, we're not using you anymore. We're getting James Gunn, and he's going to make this movie, and it looks... I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. Like, I can't say anything now because I thought this was going to be amazing.
Exactly. So you saw, like, in 2016, you saw the stuff on paper, and you're like, oh my God, this is going to be such a fun movie.
How do you mess this up?
And then the new one, like, he released, like, the cast list, right?
Yeah,
of it.
it's insane.
And I had the same thought. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And then my brain went, no, you
don't
idiot.
Do that.
It's the equivalent of sticking your freaking like fork into the outlet and then getting shocked beyond belief and then going like, okay, but...
it can't happen twice. Man, lightning doesn't strike twice. I know that. And, you know, that being said, I did enjoy this movie enough on a second viewing when I saw it in theaters because of alcohol. It made it... I was like, okay, I'm like getting it now.
Ah, so you gave it one more time.
One more time. Now this is the final time.
The final time.
One more time.
Okay, got it.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
So this is the final viewing for me because I didn't fully have like negative thoughts about it, but I knew it wasn't... I didn't think it was a good movie. I just thought I enjoyed the aspects of it. Now, rewatching it, there are parts that I did enjoy, and I will go over those.
Yeah.
But majority of it are things that I didn't find to work whatsoever.
Right.
I found that and I want to say positives first, but the negative one I have to say, besides the Joker, is that time is totally bonkers.
I don't know where we are.
Like, because we get an intro where they're explaining what what the Suicide Squad is to generals. Then they go to like a White House meeting or something and like whatever. And they're like, okay, like this is probably like within a week, you know? And we're seeing origin stories for all of the Suicide Squad. And they're kind of like, some of these guys have been here for like 8 months, 6 months, something like that. But from there, like it gets into the emergency, there's trash cloud in the sky, and and then they're deployed and you're seeing them get like the bombs in them and you're like, everything's happening really fast, but then they're saying like, oh, the catastrophe like happened like over a week, and you're like, wait, how does that make any sense?
Right.
But the biggest thing is when Joker's like in his like OCD cave of solitude or whatever, he is just getting news now that she was arrested, like right now.
Right.
But she's been there for months. So I don't understand anything from that initial jump on point. And also, it's just eternally night once we get to the main place. Yeah. And it is meant to be just like a straight, they're marching through this battlefield to get to where they need to go. And
the editing did not help.
No.
In fact, the editing was probably the thing that made it so you have no idea what's going on. Okay. Almost ever. And it really did feel like it was nighttime for a week. There just wasn't enough of me understanding. Maybe it's my dumb brain. Okay, there'll be a lot of superhero fans who will just say, "No, I'm dumb." Maybe true, but
as a moviegoer,
you're going into this movie and you're in the theaters and you see everything on the big screen and you're like, all right, I got a lot to take in here. I can understand what's going on, but it was really truly one of the first movies where I was so confused about the pacing and editing that I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you see a bad movie and you like realize you're in a movie and then it kind of takes you out of it? This was a really bad movie and it took me out of it. But usually I'll go like, I'll see it through. I'm like, no, I gotta get the hell out of here. Like, I was so anxious and I'm like, I have to leave this theater. That's how bad this movie was. And I promise I'm gonna say a positive about it.
Oh no! But we'll transition into.
But the intro to this movie, the first. I'm gonna say
it's hard to say like 20 minutes.
22 minutes is what I wrote down. 22 minutes or
you did check
29 minutes.
Yeah.
I literally had to move the mouse and I wanted to see what the time code was. There's so many intros. You get intro to Deadshot. Mm-hmm. You get intro to Harley Quinn. Then it kind of stops.
By the way, Gotham's in New Jersey. I kind of vaguely knew that, but we learned that here. Go on.
Another reason why I don't like this movie now.
Yeah.
Then everything stops, and then you get an intro to all the rest of the characters.
Killer Croc, you got El Diablo, and I think you get like Captain Boomerang. You don't get one for Slipknot though, which is crazy. That's insane.
They look like a ragtag bunch on that screen. It really looked like their band logo should be written like in crayon, or look like it's in crayon, or in vines.
They're
a lot
so
of trees.
Kooky. They're fun.
There were so many intros to characters, and I really feel like sometimes movies will, especially like big blockbuster ones, will be like, all right, the audience, they're not dumb, but we gotta give them like a little bit so that they can just follow along, and it's fine. We just like hold their hand, and it's really. This movie assumed that I had no education whatsoever. This movie assumed that I have never seen a movie before, because wow, did they intro for 30 minutes? They were like, and look at this bad guy, and look at this bad guy, and ooh, look at this one.
Oh, so as a comparison film, you mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, as that movie progresses, I think it's fair to say the main character of those movies is Chris Pratt's character. Yep. But we get to see Gamora, then we get to see Rocket and Groot, and then eventually we meet Drax, about a third of the way through the movie. But they have their own agency throughout all of that, and they're behaving in a world normally. And then once they get arrested, you get the lineup scene where you get to learn like this is who this person's related to, this is what they can do, and that's it. And then you move on.
And when they meet together, it's fun.
It's electric, yeah.
Yeah, and then like their personalities don't work sometimes, but that's what makes it fun. They have to like figure out a way to work together. No one has a good personality in this movie. They're all awful.
I will say, and that you're totally entitled to that opinion. I will say, I thought Harley Quinn worked better when I saw it before. Watching it now, I'm like, sucks that it's not working for me. I do like Will Smith enough, mainly because of Will Smith.
Yes.
Not because of character name, Floyd Lawton. There you go. Because I don't remember that being said. He said Floyd one time, and I was like, Deadshot.
You're Deadshot.
You gotta...
shut your mouth.
Can't remember the other one. You're Deadshot. There's like 9 other people here. You're getting one name. You don't get 2.
Right. There's too many intros for you to have 2 names.
Yeah, that's not fair. And so I do enjoy his performance, and I like Viola Davis in this movie.
Oh, she's great. She's great.
And because she's not supposed to be a good person, and never. Wow, this movie doubles down on that she is not a good person. We find out that they're going to the city to get her out. Yeah. Plus maybe go fix the problem. But and she ends up gunning down her own assistants.
She's a murderer.
Yeah.
She killed all those people.
Like, it's like arbitrary a little bit when they're like, but these people are like villains. You know, when she's threatening to kill the Suicide Squad, it's like, you're not really connecting with it. And then they just kill just like random agents in a room.
Right. Okay, these people have families.
Yeah.
Right? These people, goodbye. And I get it. Like, Deadshot is an assassin. And you are just inherently, as a human being, not supposed to feel bad for people who murder.
And they try to give you enough where you're like, his daughter's cute, he likes his daughter a lot.
Right, he's really trying, but also he's a fucking murderer. So inherently your body's like, don't feel bad. And then the movie tries to like dangle the little daughter like a carrot and go like, by the end of the movie, I mean, the climax of this movie, there's like a whole like, there are some long things that happen at the end of this movie where like Enchantress is trying to get him to not do a thing, and it's this long take of him talking to a ghost, and it's just like, move on, please. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
It just goes and goes and goes.
Mm.
I wrote down that I don't feel bad for anybody in this movie.
Mm.
The military dude, forgot his name, who cares, could have went and exploded all of their heads.
And 1, and 2, you can run. 3, just kidding. Boom.
And the credits rolled, and I would have been like, well, and that would have been a better product than what this was. And I wanted to, because Guardians of the Galaxy, they're all criminals.
Yeah.
They're all supposed to be, in the eyes of the law, bad people. And but you don't care because they're really fun about it, and they have a higher purpose. Killer Croc, or what's his name?
Yeah.
Is it Killer Croc? Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I forgot what his other name is, but yeah.
Okay, he doesn't really have that much of a purpose.
Nah. He kind of just these stereotypes that just made me feel awkward in the movie.
Yeah.
Also, can't understand him.
Didn't understand him either.
Because
at least with Bane, they fixed it.
They
kind
did.
of. This one is like.
Yeah. And then he kept saying axed. Because I know he's supposed to be someone who is black.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has this skin disorder that makes him look like a crocodile, and he filed his teeth down. That's
wait. He filed his teeth down. He did it himself. I thought he was a mutant. He's not, or is he? Is he
in the comics? He did the teeth thing.
You know what? I don't. No, I'm not even focusing on it. His character is so who gives a shit?
Yeah, he's really
because he could have been the one the rope dude who the grappling.
Oh, please.
He could have been the one who was exploded to.
Respect the dead.
Sorry,
Slipknot.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Slipknot.
Is it his name?
Yeah.
Because I thought you were kidding.
No.
I thought you were saying because all of them when they were strung out on the TV kind of looked like a metal band. That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
I did not pay attention. His name was Slipknot. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. And it's good because he died.
Yeah.
and they got rid of him really quickly to show they're serious about this. Right. And that was the moment in the theater where everyone laughed. And rightfully so, because it's funny that they're killing off this character so quickly, and you knew they were setting it up for him to be whatever, the comedian in The Watchmen. Spoiler alert.
Good show.
Right. Oh, I didn't see the show. I'm talking about the movie.
Oh yeah.
But so the idea is you're supposed to at that moment laugh and go okay, well he's a really dumb character, so I get why they killed him off. But it's kind of serious right now for the characters. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a deep breath. If it was supposed to be a comedy, at that point, the whole theater would have been on board. The whole theater would have been this is Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. Didn't this happen before Guardians of the Galaxy?
After. By 2 years.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So in that part, everyone in the theater, including me, is going I get what this movie's going to be. I get it. And then proceeded to try to be serious and then failed.
Oh yeah. The tone is all over the place in this movie, and it's a bummer because leading into some positives. I think whenever Will Smith does
positives, right.
No. This is the fun part. I like all this. You're also making great points. I want to say that anytime Will Smith does any gunplay, any gun tricks, he's got gun tricks, kids. I always am impressed by it. Yeah, always. I don't know how aiming with this instead of this. I don't know why that makes that better. Sorry for audio listeners, for if it's on the wrist or if he's holding it like a gun. Oh, it's amazing. I don't know how he's pulling the trigger, but it is really cool.
Yeah, with his mind. So why does he wear the mask in the movie? Is it a bulletproof mask? Because he put it on for about maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then took it off because I'm pretty sure in this contract he was like, no. Prove to me that it's Will Smith throughout the entire movie. Don't you dare put this mask on this person.
Maybe he's like, no, I'm not putting that on. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe he said that. But usually in the comics it's metal. And it's bulletproof.
Yeah.
This
he
is
took it off it was cloth.
Yeah, it's maybe Kevlar. Let's say that.
Okay,
we can say that.
Sure.
But I don't know if that's what it is. I did like his little eye rig.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like the eye rig.
Right. Some positives.
Yeah,
okay.
positives.
Okay.
I don't get, but with the second scene where we see gun tricks, and he's taking out all our, you said putties from Tower Rangers.
Oh yeah. They're villains. I wrote this down too. They are villains that have to be, literally, to make it a PG-13 movie, have to be so horribly disfigured and not human, human-like, but not human, and then you can show the characters slashing and slicing and dicing the characters. You can show all that. The studio's they're not human, it doesn't matter.
They were human, but they're not coming back from that.
Exactly, right. They did have a family. But now they're gone, so slice their head off.
Yeah, so Deadshot, do your thing. Have some fun with it.
They're zombies, so they're not human, so go ahead and shoot their brains out.
You know what? Will Smith's not going to be in the sequel, in The Suicide Squad. That's what they're calling it. With a "the" in there.
That could be an entirely separate podcast where I talk about why that's a stupid idea. But that's fine.
Oh, he didn't want to come back. They got did
he really not want to come back? He said he didn't want to do it anymore?
They said scheduling stuff, but it felt they got everybody else, everybody. And then they Then they cast Idris Elba, and they're like, "Oh, we're casting his daughter too." And you're like, "You just kidding? Is that Deadshot again?" And they're like, "No, totally different."
Different guy.
Probably Deadshot. But I did want to say, during that scene, we get to see that guns don't kill bad things. Baseball bats kill things way better.
Oh my God.
Baseball bats, real effective.
I swear to God. And
you were freaking.
I'm not even trying to, because I know with podcasts and I'm on camera right now, so you want to hype it up for the audience. I swear that part of the movie made me so incredibly angry.
We paused it
because I had to because if I didn't, I would have had an aneurysm. Because the idea that this military dude is getting dragged by all these putty characters, right? And he's shooting them at point blank range, and nothing is happening to them. They're not fazed by it. And then for some reason, Deadshot with a big gun, but then still pulls out handguns and starts shooting, is getting everybody. And I know he doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't miss.
That's the thing, he does not miss.
Not a bullet wasted.
But also, at the same time, why the hell does this handgun work, but when military dude is getting dragged away, shooting him right here, it doesn't work either.
Well, you gotta know where the organs are, and clearly Will Smith never misses.
Got him. The shot where he was on the car, kind of to the side. It was a pretty nice shot of him, and shooting everybody.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
so it was a positive there.
There's a positive.
But then
Mark it down.
And then Harley Quinn comes in, whacks it with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
and you're like, all right,
it pops
fun.
like foam. Yeah,
yeah. There was. Remember?
Yeah.
There was a part in the movie where you saw I forgot everyone's Diablo.
There you go. Fire guy.
Yeah. Where he's in his chamber.
Yeah.
Okay, and he goes
he says, "Don't want nothing when you're selling."
Hey, I'm not a bad guy no more. Hey, you came up to me, and he's smoking a cigarette in the bar. Not really, but the type of character. I haven't heard that name in years. He's done with it. And then they bring him back in. But he goes like this. And for the people that are listening, he waves his hands like SpongeBob doing the imagination. He does, and he spells out the word "bye" in flames. Okay?
Very important.
And I wrote down, I'm sorry I'm coming back to this so much. I wrote "bye!" when everyone should have walked out of the theater.
Ooh. You know what? A part that I truly didn't care for, and actually rewatching it just kind of reaffirmed it. We get this scene with Common, shout out, when he's meeting with the Joker about guns or something, and
I don't know what that was.
Gang stuff.
Joker's please sleep with my girlfriend.
This is the part I don't like, where he's kind of it doesn't happen, it doesn't, because they kill Common, but he's prostituting out Harley Quinn, but she's on board with it, but
is he?
He is, but he isn't. It's that they're implying it at first, and that it's the implication that I don't like.
Because it's gross, and it's supposed to set up that Joker doesn't care about Harley Quinn, but you can show that in different ways, and in fact you did show it because you took a bunch of electrocution rods and fried her brain. So we get it. You two aren't really that good together. Yeah.
Not good for each other.
No, it's a very bad couple. Listen, you can do way better than Jared Leto as a Joker.
There you can.
And they did. Yeah. And I wanted to bring this up that I typed in Suicide Squad, and there's a character list in it, and it says Joker, and then instead of Jared Leto, it's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker character.
Really?
It doesn't say Joaquin Phoenix like he played in the movie, but because it's the most recent one and it's very prominent, right? Google's okay, this is the Joker. This is the Joker character.
There's gotta be somebody who did that.
And I know for a fact. They're researching what Jared Leto did, and they're screw you, man.
Oh, with that, I do want to say another positive, because I think Enchantress overall is really disappointing in this movie because she's mainly dancing and whispering poems and kissing things, and her brother and all that. The brother stuff's awful.
Weirdly sexual with him.
Oh yeah.
That scene where they're kind of caressing each other in the subway, very intimate.
But I will say, cool part when the human girl puts her hand down, and the Enchantress's hand comes out through it, flips it, and she becomes Enchantress. But besides like the hand flip where you get the transformation, that was cool. That was interesting for Enchantress. But after that, you just getting her dancing and doing like whisper poems.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't much else.
No.
Right? So on the flip side to that, the face tracking on her was so bad. And again, I know there's people working on this who spent so much time, but sometimes like
there's
the chain of command, they give you too much and too little time, and you're like, all right, well, screw it. I'm just going to do this. And like you see her move like this, and maybe it's because she was a demon and very like floaty and like airy that maybe you can say like it just kind of like moved like this, but it really did feel like here's her face.
Bad Snapchat filter. Yeah. Oh, can't
she
keep
was
up.
moving. Yeah.
Hard to keep up.
It felt like the computer lagged, and they were like, "We got to put this movie out. We have to do it."
They had a timetable. They had to hit it. They had to do another trash ring in a movie. But it was so weird that we had such an obsession with that Fantastic Four, the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
That movie. Mm-hmm. I think a couple other ones. Oh, the Man of Steel. That one had one. There's quite a few. Big thing I didn't like.
Yeah.
Unicorn fetish for Captain Boomerang. I actually overall, besides like the heavy Australian, it's just a stereotype. But that was the extent of his joke. Sure. I actually thought he gave a good performance throughout the movie.
Yeah, not needed in the slightest.
No, not at all. But
why was he there?
I will say because the Suicide Squad, when they kill off everybody else, the three people that are always there are Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Digger Harkness. Usually.
Is it in the comics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Captain Boomerang are usually always there.
Wow.
So that's why he's in this movie. That's the reason. Not saying it's useful.
Right.
I mean, besides his drone, when he throws the boomerang drone, remember when he did that?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
cool.
How else were they supposed to see?
Very limited in your option and range there, and it's going to come back.
It's nice because now you'll not lose it.
Right. Sure. Okay. So I wrote down that there are other superheroes and 3 exclamation points. 40 minutes in, I'm like, you already established that there's the Flash, who is pretty. He's got a pretty cool power.
Yeah.
I know you know.
I know.
He runs real fast.
Wonder Woman.
And Wonder Woman. There's so many characters.
Batman. There's no Superman though.
He dead.
He's very dead.
And they kind of tried to address this in the movie for maybe about 2 seconds, where they were like, "No, you guys need to be the people that do this, not anybody else." Why? At least in Marvel, at least with Marvel's case, they were like, okay, Captain Marvel, the universe is pretty big. She's got to go save some people. That's why she can't be down here just making this movie about 20 minutes. Okay, so they established that. Did they do that in this movie, and maybe I missed it?
No. Well, I will say in universe, Wonder Woman is like barely doing stuff, and Batman, I don't feel like you really call him for this, and Flash isn't like out. We did see him. That's not true because we saw him in this movie in a costume, and he went and got Captain Boomerang.
Yeah. Okay.
And Aquaman.
You know what would have really helped? What would have like really helped is in this movie if the Flash like went to like help them out with a bomb or something and like brought it really fast and like stabbed her, took out her heart, and then like ran away. Threw it in the Hudson River.
Yeah, but in the comics, it's always just a Suicide Squad.
It's like if you cannot nail down. I get it's a superhero movie, so you can. There's some like leeway. There's some like restrictions that are lifted. But if you can't answer me honestly, why the hell this movie needs to be made, other than like it's kind of fun, like show me new characters. Okay, and if you can't do that, then you're gonna build a world that is a bunch of people who suck, who aren't friends with each other, and you're establishing that there's other superheroes that can do this job. Then like, why is Viola Davis?
Here's 2 pitches for you. So what they wanted with this movie was, what if we like Marvel's doing all the hero stuff? What if we had our villain teams and we really built out all of our good villains? Which is cool. And they didn't do it. And they didn't do a good job. They didn't do a good job. And the other pitch was, crap. forgot what it was, but I had another point, but right now we'll lean into that one, and we'll say that was 2. That's worth 2. But I did want to, as we're making our way through this movie, I did want. Oh no, you're good.
I did write a big yawn from Sam 22 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So, keep going.
We find out Joker comes to save Harley. He dies, but he doesn't die. Just Harley decides to move on. Yep. But we find out El Diablo for sure killed his kids, and he's got a full demon inside of him.
Yeah.
When it counts.
Yeah, only when it counts.
Only when it counts.
Only when it counts. And I said, when I was watching it, you had the 2 demons that were fighting each other. So you had Fire Demon, and then you had Ancient Demon God.
Brother boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Weird thing. But you're telling me you got 2 demons right now. So powerful. It's this epic moment. And then there's just a wide shot of them punching each other and using fists?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but they're bigger punches.
They're just going poof, poof, poof. And I remember that moment in the theater going, you freaking kidding?
I will say, I remember my second point now. I think a way to make this movie work just a tiny bit more is if you shrink the scale of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're going into a country, like a popular thing they always do with Suicide Squad, they send them into like an equivalent of North Korea, where it's like Superman's not going into North Korea, like he's not going to cross those lines. But they're a group of villains, so of course villains are going to go to do some nefarious things. It's in a situation where another hero couldn't go into, and they deal with it on a smaller scale because also, what do we get in this movie? We get demons that are punching each other, but also like Will Smith unloading like clip after clip into him, and like nothing's happening.
You are useless. I'm not saying that he's not a good character.
Yeah.
But in that moment, you got a guy who throws a boomerang. Okay, you have a guy who can shoot really well.
Oh, we've totally glossed over the most important character, and I actually feel embarrassed that we forgot that there's another member. There's another member.
Oh, Katana.
Oh,
she has a knife.
She has a sword.
She has a sword.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's got my back. Her sword takes the souls of her enemies. She's important in this movie. She talks a lot. Yeah. What do we learn about her?
The souls are trapped in her sword.
And
her husband died.
There you go.
And that's it.
That's all.
That's all you need to know. And with a movie action-packed, with the essentially the cast of Friends, there's so many characters, and you're supposed to care for all of them in such a short amount of time. Like it's just a lot, right? And you throw in Katana, and it's like, why? You know, they're on a helicopter.
She's literally a last-minute addition to the movie.
Yeah, the guy's like, and she's gonna get you if you try anything. There are bombs attached to your neck.
Yeah.
Who cares if she has a sword?
What's a bigger threat is if you could confirm that your soul exists, and if she kills you, you don't get to go to heaven or a bomb in your neck. What if she could fully say you don't get to go to heaven or hell? You just have to live in this sword for eternity. What's scarier?
I'm sure they would have delivered some kind of line like I'm already in purgatory. It's okay.
Oh, you mean when Will Smith said what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? I thought that was just in the bad trailer.
What are we? Suicide Squad?
Oh, it was a pretty catchy name, Mr. Will Smith. Deadshot.
2 people high-fived in the theater.
Yeah.
Really? Back and they went. That's the name of the movie.
Man, you know what? This movie's made for them.
It really is. It really is.
And you know what? I hope that they enjoyed it enough. I hope that they got a good amount of fun out of it. But I'm running out of good things here. I'm running out.
Let me see if I wrote.
Why did Enchantress fight them hand to hand when she wiped all their weapons away?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we paused at that point for you.
Paused it, and then I looked at it. I looked at the scene that was going on, and then she goes like this. And all the guns, all the weapons come out. Yeah. She has the power to stop them and make them imagine anything. Now, it's not really clear, and maybe I just don't know, but it's not really clear if they're stopped there and they really truly believe that they are in another world, in another life, or she's just like, hey, look at this thing, huh? Isn't that nice? And they're supposed to just be like, oh yeah, that is really nice. And the guy who El Diablo, who killed his family, killed kids. Have to say that. Sorry about that being in the metadata right now. In the captions. But you're supposed to feel bad for him. It takes all the weapons, everything away, and then he before this goes, stop! It's not real. It's not real. And then they wake up. So the Enchantress powers was good, but not...
Didn't plan for another demon.
Didn't plan for a guy with a strong will.
But my favorite part of that, actually, you're mentioning some good points, but my favorite point is when El Diablo is like, these guys are my family, and nobody messes with my family, not again.
Yeah, not again. Not again. I'm not losing another family.
Yeah.
You guys hung out in a bar for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and then...
He could be drunk, though. You know, like,
maybe,
my best
oh,
friends.
I love you, dude. I love you so much.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe, but also, you guys took, I'm going to say, 2 shots, and then...
no food, though. They've been walking around.
They were kind of hungry.
Yeah.
And then all that alcohol's in their system, so probably they did like each other because of that reason. But you also spent 10 minutes in a bar together, and then kind of really didn't, like be that connected, and then went into this battle, and then went into this fight.
Yeah.
So, like, you're expecting me to believe that there's something on the line, that they're friends, that they're gonna care about each other?
Best friends.
Will Smith bullied El Diablo to be like, no, you gotta kill. You gotta, like, destroy all these people.
You want to be a pacifist right now? Well, what are you gonna do? And it's like,
Hey, he's like flicking on the nose, like, hey.
Some schoolyard bullying.
It's like I get what they're trying to do, but maybe have it where like the guy is like about to die or something, and he's like, fine, and the fire's the only way to stop, because there was a lot of people. They're like, oh no, there's so many, so you have to stop them. But the stakes, like, they could have just ran away. I feel like they could have just been like, all right, we got to get out of here, we got to retreat, let's go.
I would say. I think a good way to do this is if you just unified them to not want the world to be dead. Like, because that's what they do for Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, why do you want to save it? It's like, well, because I live here.
Right.
There's like, we have to do something about it, because if we don't, we're dead. Mm-hmm. And so that's a really good way to motivate people, where it's like, yeah, we're not to say we're family. It's just that we just don't want to die right now. And it's a bad battle cry, though.
You know, when Harley Quinn's like, why do we want the world on our side or whatever? Like, why? Who cares? Like, let's just join. And it's because she's tricking Enchantress.
Double cross.
But when she was talking about that, I go, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're truly an evil villain, fuck them.
Yeah.
You got this person who, and probably is going to kill you afterwards, because that's how, like, the evil villains kind of work or whatever. But like you're an evil villain. Isn't you kind of want this, right? But not really, because they're not like super egotistical.
This is when we get to, I'd say, one of my favorite jokes in this movie, and it's not a joke. It's when we cut out her heart, and Rick Flag, there you go, I had to remember. Rick Flag goes, we cut out her heart, we can do this. Or did you write it down? Did you write it down the line?
It's her heart's out. You gotta do it. like now. You know,
it's so slow.
It's slow. The whole thing is shot in slow motion. So you're supposed to, like, it's what it's supposed to be doing is, like, you feel the intensity of it. Mm-hmm. Like, look how intense this is because it's all in slow mo. Because in reality, it's about maybe 25 seconds of all this stuff is happening. But in that time is slowed down, and then Will Smith's daughter, kid is like, it's like, please don't do it, Daddy. Don't.
If you pull this trigger, we won't be together.
So is she stopping time? Because it happens so slow. Or if you hit the play button, right, or normal speed button, is everything she's saying in fast motion?
Well,
like, please, Daddy, please. Like what is happening there?
Here's a great point. Here's the thing about this. I was going to say, I'm about to give you a great point.
Please give me the great point.
So she just made all the weapons go away. And they're like, we got a bomb now. And what she's going to do is not try to knock it out of the way with her magical powers. I know her heart just got ripped out, so maybe she has depowered a little bit. But I guess she has
enough power
to put a quick sound
little pinch
of an illusion into his brain.
But really slow.
Really slow.
So
there's enough time in the middle of a throw, like a normal human-powered throw.
Yeah.
They're like, Killer Croc, here, you haven't done anything for a while. Mm-hmm. Sorry, we totally skipped over this. When he's like, I'll live under there. And he, like, crawls on all fours into the
He didn't need to do that.
No!
He didn't need to do that. And also, like, if he's the guy, like, military guy goes, we got this, trust us, or something like that. And then he goes in the water anyway. At this point, shouldn't you just trust him?
Yeah.
Like you've been with him the whole time, and he's a big crocodile dude, and you know that what his powers are or whatever. Like,
What's he gonna do?
Shut up.
Yeah.
If he dies, who cares? Then you guys go and do it. But like, why does it matter that he's not?
I totally forgot
there.
That in this moment is when we find out like the general guy is like a Rick Flag. He says, I left that bomb down there. We could still use it. It's like you left an armed bomb down there.
You should not be allowed in the military.
No, and he said it for 2 seconds. So he paused it after a second. That's why Scott Eastman, R.I.P. I guess, and he had to sit there and just hit go. Killer Croc had to get out of there. He had to make it out of this movie.
Right.
El Diablo's not really in the comics.
And now imagine if everyone's favorite character, the Croc, actually died. Like, oh man, we can't have that. We have to have him come back up, and then everyone's fine.
Yeah, and he gets a good throw at the end, and that's how we killed Enchantress. And she's like, "You don't have the balls to
oh
do
my
that."
God, that's coming back to the point that we made earlier. It's like, what kind of movie is this trying to be? You had this serious moment, and I will say that thousands of people have died. Mm-hmm. They showed ships getting destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they were evacuated, but military bases just fucking crushed. And the guy's like, how did she know? And then it cuts to Viola Davis, who has a pierced skull through the ear, just like tentacle, just right?
Ethernet. Yeah, that's how it works.
She was wired.
Yeah.
so clearly people are dead. They are absolutely dead.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. No, and but you know what? Our heroes got out of saving the day.
There's so many people that died.
But Viola Davis gave Will Smith a couch, and so everything's fine. Harley Quinn got an espresso machine, and to cap off this movie,
I'm sorry.
The real lesson that we learned here.
I was so mad and excited that I forgot the point that I was trying to make.
Oh, that's so fine. Do you remember?
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
The thing with Viola Davis and going through her skull made me so angry that how is she still alive?
Yeah.
And I'm just I can't even think of another point. So please keep going.
No. We cap off this movie with a great tease for the Joker Harley Quinn movie that's definitely coming. Yeah. So possibly Birds of Prey coming out with Harley Quinn. Joker comes in. He had his own embroidered Joker patch with the Joker acronym.
Oh my God.
And they're like, let's get out of here, baby.
It was so stupid. I'm losing my mind.
It was
JKR.
Yeah.
And it's like, did anyone notice that his thing didn't say what it was supposed to say?
Apparently that was a reshoot. Not surprising. It feels like it has the energy of a reshoot.
Someone was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if his thing said Joker? Because he's the Joker.
Yeah, he's not like a cop. He couldn't wear a cop one.
He's not going to take it seriously.
Yeah. He's undercover, but it's fun about it, it's totally cool. So the movie ends, we get a tease for Justice League because Bruce Wayne's like, hey, keep doing what you're doing, except for when I get some friends and we're gonna knock down your door and kill your whole family. That's what I got from
it. Like she murdered all the people that work for her?
Yeah.
Like Viola Davis.
But not Bruce Wayne.
But she shouldn't be. If the thing went through her skull, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If the thing went through her skull, right? And she was really dead, Then I would have been like, okay, well that's kind of payback for murdering all those people that are working for you.
Now you gotta have her come back. She's the queen of it all.
She's not a good person, and she's talking with Batman, who's supposed to be this righteous guy, and he doesn't know. She didn't tell anybody.
A majority of the cast and crew got... Sorry, I'm looking up trivia really quick. A majority of the cast and crew got the tattoo SQUAD, SKWAD, in honor of this film. The tattoos were even applied by some of the cast members, Margot Robbie and Will Smith. Do they have this tattoo?
That's so stupid.
I would love to know if they have this tattoo. Which ones have this tattoo? I'm going to look this up later and see if I can find a photo, and I'll post it for this.
Jared Leto was like, actually, I want squad spelled backwards. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's playing
cool.
with he's filling condoms.
You have ha 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 written on your knuckles. Oh my god, I'm sorry. We're gonna end this. But the visual of him putting up his hand to his face.
Thank God, I wrote that down.
And there's the freaking smile on his face. There's the smile on his face, on his hand. And it's and ooh, mommy. You're like, that it's just this film student who's like, I'm smoking a blunt. That's what.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, that wouldn't be real creepy if he had a smile on his hand, so he's not really smiling.
I would like him if he did that voice. It has all this like comic book art tattooed on him, which is like for the fans, like we finally got given the fans what they want, the literal art on their character. I'm looking for one specific fun fact, but I'm just not seeing it right now. It's really driving me up the wall. But I will tell you this: Ryan Gosling apparently was approached first for the role of. Can you guess? Ryan Gosling, what would you get him for in this movie? If you could cast him, what would you put him as? Because it's not what I thought he would be.
I thought maybe he would play what was supposed to be Tom Hardy's character, but then went to the other guy.
That is a good guess, but he was first approached to play the Joker, and that would have been really interesting. I don't know if it wouldn't have been Jared Leto. That's all we can say. We can't say if it's good or bad. It wouldn't have been Jared Leto.
I don't think it would have been good.
No.
And I know they said that about Heath Ledger. It's like, oh, a rom-com star is going to play the Joker, and then he crushed it.
Yeah.
Right? But Ryan Gosling has this, especially if you've seen La La Land. Ryan Gosling has, right? He was in La La Land. Yeah, he was La La Land.
Yeah, you know.
You see his face when he's like upset and or trying to be serious, and he's just like, you tell me that's going to be the Joker? Like,
hey man, he's just, it's like Drive, you know? He's like smooth sailing most of the time, but if you get him angry, ooh, you better watch out. But as we're at the end of the movie, looking back, I will say the things I did like.
Yeah, give me
the things that are worse.
You give me a positive, I'll give you a positive.
There you go. Okay. I'll say that Heathens is a good song.
Damn it.
21 Pilots.
Damn it. You took the best one.
You gotta find one. Just you don't have to enjoy it. You never, any copy of this movie you see now, you got it. Throw it in the trash. That's totally fine.
I thought that Will Smith was not terrible in this movie. He's such a like, there's rarely any more like superstar actors.
Yeah, he's a presence alone.
Yeah, so he's, you know that he's going to be at least a semi-good performance in this. It's going to be fine. As far, that's a half positive, you know, because it's just because it's Will Smith, like, okay. The other positive to it, Viola Davis, really good actor. I enjoyed her performance. And then maybe one good thing, there were some nicely shot shots. There were some nice scenes. There's some nice photography. Some shots.
Not a majority.
Throughout.
Not a lot. Not a plurality.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah. And I'll give you, with the Will Smith, I'll piggyback off that, any gun tricks I enjoyed. I don't know what they mean, but I liked them overall. And you know what? It won an Academy Award for the makeup on like Killer Croc. And that did look good.
That was good.
Yeah, I didn't like the character, but it did look good. And overall, just looking at it super broadly, the look of Enchantress and the look of her brother, whatever the hell that was, and look at like the fire demon, and overall the look, there's like a lot of effort that was put into it. There's some that I don't like Joker and like the tattoos on Harley. It's like, face? You chose to tattoo her face.
They went to a Juggalo festival and stole 2 people and put them in the Suicide Squad. I'm convinced, because that's what the Juggalo was.
Well, they were in a lot of trouble. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this musical group really quick, because they were in Chappie, but they are known for their like crazier aesthetic and lifestyle choices.
That's what he was based off of, right?
Yes, they were based off of it, but the creators, D. Antwoord, or Die Antwoord, that's who they are. It's a guy and a girl, and they literally have the same tattoos. Not the same exact, but like the whole look of them is based off of that. And they were upset because they didn't get permit. They didn't ask them if they could look like that in this movie, so that sucks.
Right.
But overall, my point was that the overall look of this movie is impressive. It's just so scatterbrained. It's the magazine clippings of a crazy person like pasted together on a letter for ransom.
I found another positive. I wrote down. I love the branding of this movie. When they put out the poster and everything's very like colorful and cool, and so in your head you're like, oh, this is gonna be like a fun
good
kind
marketing.
of movie, right? It freaking got me. But like I love the colors, I love the actual like aesthetic of everything. Yeah. When the title screen came on, wow, that really messed my eyes up, so that wasn't good. So I'm just adding a negative to this positive. It was like
I hated that too, yeah.
Yeah, it just like bombarded your eyes. But good branding overall.
Good branding. I think that's a good place to end it. Did anything change for you, positive or negative? Did you end up hating it more?
I hate it more.
Good.
because all the things that I was like, kind of, because I wasn't with you on the Harley Quinn thing when I first saw this movie. I was like, okay, some of this is like really cringy, but like that's her character, so like I can understand it. That's how she acts. But then watching it again, I'm like, you could have done this so much better, and I hope it's better in Birds of Prey.
I think it will be. I think there's just a new take on the character that makes me excited, and I'm excited to see what Margot Robbie does with it, but also a new director and new characters to play around with. You don't have like 9 people they have to introduce. You have 3 people you have to introduce. That's still a lot. But I think they can do a good job with that. I'd say for myself, it went down a few notches. And I think I very strongly dislike this movie. I don't think I hate it. But I do there are moments I hate. I think as a whole, though, I'm never going to revisit this on purpose. If it was
I made a promise.
Sometimes at dentists, they have screens above you so you can watch stuff when they're like digging around in your mouth. And if like that was on, I'd be like, I wouldn't hate myself that I was looking at it.
No, I'd steal the gas mask and put it on my face.
Or just close your eyes like, please turn this off.
I'll take the 2 drills and go like this. I'm telling you right now, because I was trying really hard when you asked me like what movie I want to watch. I thought of a movie that I was like, oh, what movie do I really hate? Like really, really hate, and this was it. And I watched it again, and it just confirmed it. I really don't like this movie.
I appreciate
it. Makes me angry.
Your passion, because it made this really fun.
Thank you.
Oh no, that's the whole point of doing this. So gang, let me know who you want to see on the show and what other movies you want me to watch, because there are definitely movies I don't like. Mother. That's going to be a really rough one. I have to find somebody who really likes it so they can try to sell me on it, because that movie made me... I almost walked out of that movie. I was so angry. But I want to check them out. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you guys are liking the Avatar reviews, let me know. Write reviews on iTunes and over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Also, send me audio messages on the Anchor.fm app. It's free to download, free to use, and it's pretty cool when you do. I do appreciate it. And Pat, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Pat Graziosi. Please, for those of you who don't know how to spell, just put a little thing on the thing that says Pat Graziosi. I'm begging you.
There you go.
And and then you can also find me. I go live with my friends. We have a doodle group called Undo Circle. We play doodle games. We draw really, really dumb drawings based off of cursed images on the internet. So if you think that's fun, go check it out.
I would love to join you if you ever need me.
Please, I would love to have you as a guest.
It looks very fun.
Twitch.tv/Undo Circle.
Very cool. Go check them out. Until next time, guys, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.